Hey, full of Stopians. I think I've got the camera working properly now. I was doing some weird stuff a minute ago. Yeah, so we went, oh, yeah, stay cool. That is a Hawaiian gesture. I'm going to look up what that actually is called. I can't remember, but it means stay cool, be cool. And someone did that at the side of, on the way to the family barbecue. He did that on the out the window when I let him out, or in something must have been out, mustn't it? Yeah, yeah. So then we did it back to him, and he must have thought, God, nutters. Where was I? So I did a video before I left about what did I say? It's here. I got it here. I wanted to explain it a bit more. Not that anyone's listening, but the problem with the male watch enthusiast community is what's that going to say? If I click on something more, click on that is I can't see it. Basically, guys just have their wrists are just too small. That's the problem. Seems a massive problem, and yeah, and I got a couple of got a few comments. Smokey Bear said, finally someone said it. And yeah, no, I think it did need saying. It is a thing. I wanted to explain it a little bit more here. Let's just put that cuff on there on my what's it? Oh God, I forgot what it is. R500 R. I can't remember what this is, but it's the origin. The origin. Let's get it back to the time. And yeah, it did need saying. There are problems. I mentioned a couple of them. But then we had Matt said, you do not understand how my life is as someone with a small wrist. They didn't mention the wrist size. Half of the watches I see are unwearable. And then he said, one legitimate issue many watches have is the bracelet has too many fixed links. So he gets a situation where the watch head fits, but the bracelet cannot be reduced enough. Now, I would say if you need to take that many links out, the watch is too big. But, you know, I can't comment on an individual watch that you feel the head fits. Then you get the other thing where people don't even, they just take it off and whack a NATO on. So maybe just put a NATO on, because that's, yeah, job done. Or a strap, and then you could just put some more holes in it. So I don't know. I just, you know, sorry, Matt, but I just feel that whilst I accept and feel your pain at a watch that you can't buy, I just feel that I still feel there's enough watches out there for everybody to get one that fits them. And, you know, and it is still very one-sided in that the watches that are too small, people with a larger, an average or normal size wrist, let's call it a reasonable sized wrist like mine. You know, we get upset too, but we don't throw our toys out of the pram. You know, and I just don't think, I mean, you get that thing, I think I'm going to title this video something about Goldilocks, because you get that thing that's come about recently, that it's the gold. Let's get some, what we got watches. I haven't got many watches on the desk, I had to tidy up. It's the Goldilocks size. It's the Goldilocks size, people say. This is the same size as that, so that's not helping much, is it? It's the Goldilocks size. And it's like, so what you mean is, it fits you. So basically, guys with smaller wrists that whinge about, it's too big, it's too big. Not only do they whinge, but they're rude. They say things such as, it's a dinner plate on your wrist. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. I don't know. It's just very one-sided, is my point. The smaller wristed guys are very rude to the guys that wear. I mean, like I said in the first video, the manufacturers make watches. Yeah, they make watches. I haven't got many here. Funny, the ones I've got here. There we go. Got a Casio Duro. I don't know. It is a big watch. So manufacturers, and they make a smaller version of this now. Manufacturers make certain size watches. They do that because they think people are going to buy them. They don't make them thinking, let's just make ones bigger than anyone wants to buy. So in my brain, that means that people are buying these, and the guys that whinge about wanting them smaller aren't actually buying many. I used to be a Tudor AD sales assistant, and when the Black Bay 54 came out, not a lot of interest. and people that were interested kind of didn't buy it because it was the Black Bay 54 is tiny. When you pick it up, it's very thin. It feels a bit like this, really. It's just very light, very thin, and small and insignificant. It is just way, way, way smaller than people thought it would be, and I don't think a lot of people bought it. I think manufacturers make watches that are going to sell. That seems logical to me. So someone's buying these big boys. Where was I? Yes, I mean, people are rude. And they call them, so these normal size watches, people say they're dinner plates. But the other way round, people generally don't say, oh, that's a girl's watch, it's a lady's watch, or, they don't come up with the equally rude comments. They might think them because they're annoyed that you've been rude to them and said that their watch is a dinner plate. I mean, Goldilocks. I mean, that's. But the point is that what the people that, when you push them, the people that like smaller watches and are just obsessed with smaller watches, will say, you should have the watch that fits your wrist. They'll say that, but they don't mean it. They don't mean that. Because if they did, they wouldn't be rude and say it's a dinner plate. They would just accept that larger watch fits a larger wrist. Yeah. And then they come up with this, and it's proven, but they come up with this Goldilocks. Oh, it's Goldilocks. Yeah, we all like the same size. Oh, yeah, we like... And that completely blows the kind of, well, just get the one that fits you in. It's like, it doesn't, like I mentioned in the last video, it doesn't happen with jeans. You don't have a Goldilocks size jean, do you? Oh, look, small or medium, Goldilocks size. Oh, that'll be great that they fit us. All those big fat boys with that need a large or extra large. Oh dear, let's be rude about them, shall we? It just doesn't happen. But yeah, Goldilocks. Let's look into that a bit more. So with the what is it? Fairy tale, whatever it is. The mama's porridge is too cold. Baby porridge too cold. Mama's porridge about right, and daddy porridge too hot. Same for the beds and all the other things. But the difference there is with this Goldilocks analogy is that most people would find the porridge too cold and the porridge too hot. Most people would find the bed too soft and the bed too hard. The Goldilocks thing in Goldilocks is just right. Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's just right. In watches, it isn't just right. So I take great offence to people saying it's Goldilocks, because it's suggesting that anyone who has it's suggesting that anyone that has a watch that's smaller is wrong. That's quite a funny irony for me. But yeah, I know these people just can't make they can't be right for being wrong. They just keep making. They just really need to get some self-control. And just man up and just simply go and find a watch that fits you, and then wear it like you wear it with pride. What did I say? But yeah, they won't do that because they've got a chip on their shoulder. That's the only thing that I can think is happening. They've got a chip on their shoulder about having a smaller wrist, which I, as a normal wristed guy, don't give a monkey's about, and so they want to. They just feel they need to vocalise that and just have some sort of rant about it. When the reality is, you just buy the one that fits you. It's like going back to jeans. Buy the jeans that fit you. There's enough out there. There's enough different sizes, And the other thing that people do is they say when a watch comes out in a bigger size, Duro's quite a good example actually. I think this is 42 mil. I can't remember. I think they brought a 38 out, and they say, "Oh, if it was smaller, I would smash that button now. Oh, all day, every day." And then you think to yourself, "Well, now it is 38. How many of those people actually bought one?" I don't think many did. I think a very small percentage of the people that said they would buy this watch if it was smaller actually bought it when it was smaller. Same with the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. Same with any other watch. Same with the Tudor Black Bay 54. Everyone, oh, it's a little bit smaller. I smashed that button. I'd get my credit card out. I just don't think they did. I think they just want to yab. you know, in anger about their wrist size, you know. I don't know, I just think, which I think is ultimately really sad, really, if they can't just, they're not really watch guys, are they? Because most watch guys would genuinely feel, it's just a size, you know, just get the one that fits you. It isn't something really worth talking about. I don't get upset when a watch is too small for me. Not many are, well, yeah, or too big. You know, some watches are too big. I own watches that are too big for me, and I wish I hadn't bought them. But you've got to buy a load of watches to work out what is actually right for you, and then you realise, but yeah, you know, it's not. I don't whinge about it. I just accept. In the same way, if I bought a pair of jeans that was too small or too narrow or too, you know, too flared, you know, I'd just take it on the chin, and I'd be like, well, you know, live and learn, and go and buy another pair. You know, I wouldn't go on like, oh God, these jeans, oh, they're not Goldilocks jeans, are they? What else was I going to say about watches? I think I've mentioned the dinner plate and the alternate to that, which is I'm going to call this Goldilocks size, GTFOOH, 3 exclamation marks. The other thing I was going to say was, all right, smaller watches. So smaller watches are classic. They're historically smaller. But that history, and they do look, I would say that not a small watch, but a smaller watch looks classier. Now, I will say that is my feeling. A smaller watch is classier. A massive watch can be naff. I mean, I've got Invictus that I bought specifically because they're huge and naff. And I enjoy that. But, you know, the other side of that coin is that things can be too small. There was a guy that I've been to a few watch shows. He makes watches with parts of Spitfire, and he has this really tiny, he dresses like he's from the 30s or 40s or whatever, and he has a really tiny, it just looks stupid. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, fashion from decades ago, we don't follow. No, fashion moves on. You know, things move on. We don't all walk around dressing like we're in the 1930s or 40s or 50s or whatever. So why would we wear a watch that looks like that? There were reasons that those watches looked like that back in the day, not just fashion. Things move on, you know, and we move on with the times. And I don't think that, although I think a dress watch looks classy, I think a really small dress watch looks stupid, quite frankly. Just looks silly. It's that look. There's a certain look that women have with certain fashion watches, where it's basically a bracelet with a little tiny dial on telling the time. So it's not a watch, it's a bracelet that tells the time. And that's what a guy looks like if he has a watch on that's too small. It just has that look. Anyway, I can't. What's this video now? It's going on a bit. Where is the cat off? 40 minutes nearly. Yeah, I just wanted to sort of, tie up that in a more serious way, because it is a serious thing for me. I do take the hobby seriously, and I think it needs mentioning. As Smokey Bear said, finally someone said it. Whether I'm right or wrong about that, I don't think is the issue, but I said it, and people can hear it. Whereas generally in this country today, I'm in England, Great Britain, people don't say what they feel, and it's causing a lot of problems. But yeah, I say what I feel. If you don't agree with me, fair enough. But yeah, everything needs saying, and everyone needs to hear stuff. And you make your own mind up, and then you go out and you buy a watch. But yeah, nothing I say is going to get you to buy a good watch. Nothing anyone else says is going to get that. If you can get it 80% right, fair, that's great. But generally, you've got to suck it and see. You've got to try it, see what works for you, see what you think works on your wrist. Do not ask someone else. I don't know. You can ask them if they think it's. Like I said, I used to sell watches, and people would say, "What do you think about the size?" And I'd give them my advice on that. I always think you need to see a certain amount of the strap or bracelet. So it shouldn't look like that, and it shouldn't look like that. It should look about like that. And always look in a mirror. Always look in a mirror, because the look that you see, there's 3 different looks in terms of size. There's the look that when you take a picture of it, which looks bigger than when you just look at it yourself on your wrist. And then there's that look where you see the reflection in the mirror. Now, that isn't just for other people. That's also for you, because in the summer you do catch, come on, let's admit it, we all look at our reflection in the mirror, checking out if we're looking good. And because I like watches, I look at the watch. And it's nice when you get that mirror reflection. When I used to sell watches, I used to often, well, I'd say go and look in a mirror. Don't get, look in a mirror and see what it looks like from a bigger distance. Yeah. So, I hope that's been helpful. I hope that's cleared up a few things. I hope that's maybe got a few people thinking about stuff. And I hope it's made a few people very angry and they're going to whinge in the comments below. But for now, it's a wet day here in the UK. One wrist, live it.